Okay, guys, today I'm here with Abby and I'm going to ask her some questions about her dining experience and preferences in general. So, the first question is, how often do you dine out? And if the answer is frequently, why do you dine out so often?
I dine out pretty frequently and it's because I don't know how to cook and I don't like cooking. And usually though, I'll have dinner with my roommates if my roommate cooks, but most of the time if I don't, I go out. But it's usually mostly fast food and it's
Okay,
not much of like a restaurant.
good to know. All right, the second question is, how often do you currently experience or enjoy Italian cuisine?
I don't enjoy have it as often, but whenever I do, I really enjoy it. I don't know the last time I've had Italian cuisine, but I feel like whenever I do, it's like I think maybe the last time I had it was in August, I think.
Okay, last month. That's not too far away.
Yeah, not too far away.
Okay. With the Italian restaurant in mind, do you have like a favorite place that you usually go to?
I actually don't. I don't think I've been to enough to have one like on the top of my head.
Is there any factors that would be get you there more, or you just don't like
Hmm.
Italian?
I feel like if I like the way the restaurant looks, if I like the layout, and if I think like it's like kind of aesthetically pleasing, I'm more inclined to go back, like with my friends or like, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So, what draws you to like dining experiences? Like kind of like you were just saying the aesthetic. What are some more factors that
Mhm.
you're like, I want to go to a restaurant right now?
Hmm. Usually, I like outside seating when it's like, and they have like those like lamps that heat up. So like if it's cold out, if it's late. Yeah, I also like though when restaurants are more lit up inside. I don't really like when it's too dark in the restaurant because I feel like you can't really like see, you know?
Okay.
More lamps, I guess.
Bright lights and
Yeah, bright lights. Yeah.
okay. Um, so what would you say are the largest cons to dining out at restaurants? What's like
Hmm.
the negative sides you feel? You're like, I want to go, but then there's this.
I feel like when I go down, so I'm like, I don't want to spend any money, but I go anyways, you know? But another thing for like restaurant stuff, sometimes I just get paranoid that it's not clean, like
Oh,
that their cups haven't been washed or it looks like there's like mouth prints like in the cup still. Sometimes I get paranoid about that. So I like to always have, I know some restaurants don't give you straws unless you ask, but I
hmm.
feel like that's why I always like a straw when I go to like a restaurant.
So
I
going
like,
off of that, would you say you'd rather go to quote unquote higher end restaurants versus not as higher end because it might be cleaner?
yeah, but it doesn't mean I do because usually like it's like fat, like I said, fast food.
Yeah.
But I would prefer.
Okay. And then how much would you say you typically spend on dining at once? Like not overall, just your plate or your meal.
Oh, like 25,
25.
25, yeah. And that includes tip usually. Like if we all split, if me and my friend split, yeah. I like 25.
And then are there like any factors that play into how much you're willing to spend? Like maybe today I'll spend 30, maybe today I'll spend less.
Yeah, it depends like if we're also like getting like going out after if we're getting like ice cream or if we're getting like dessert, anything like that. But most of the time I feel like around I usually spend around at least $20. I've
Okay.
never if it was over 30, I'd be like, that's a little much, especially if we're just like eating like, at a little restaurant. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. So yeah, that kind of ties into my next question. It says, how do you normally feel afterwards spending that amount on a single visit? So you kind of said you feel fine if it's like 20,
Yeah.
25.
Yeah. I feel fine. Whenever I go out with my friends, I don't feel guilty for like going out to eat. But then if I do it like maybe like 3 days in a row, I'm like, oh, I just like spent all this money in 3 days to just go eat when I have like snacks at home, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's only if I do it consecutive in consecutive days.
Consecutively. Makes sense. And then do you typically dine out alone or with people?
I do it with people.
With people. Are there any factors that would lead you to go and dine out alone? Would you consider?
I have done it before, but it's not like my favorite thing to do. I think I would only do it by myself if like none of my friends were available and if I was really hungry. But I'd probably take it out.
Take
I probably wouldn't like sit inside.
makes sense. Okay. And this is just kind of an overall question about your favorite restaurant. But let's say like hypothetically your favorite restaurant closed down, it's no longer available. Where are you going from there?
Can it be a fast food restaurant?
Sure, it can be anything.
Okay, I don't know what I'd do actually. I feel like I'd try and find a substitute or like find my next a place that tastes like it, but I probably would be like I'd be sad probably.
Like, let's say it's not fast food, it's like a restaurant. Like, this is your favorite restaurant. It has the non-dim
Oh,
lighting.
okay. Okay.
You
No,
like put
I'd be
in
really
external
sad.
research, or you'd be sad.
I would look up. Probably find try and find something similar to it, see what if they have like similar dishes.
Okay.
But unless there's like another location, but if it's all shutting down as a whole, then I would do
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Okay. Those are all my questions. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.